2019 Ford Flex Review. The Flex is funky and versatile, nevertheless its dated design is now a significant liability. Contrary to rumors or predictions, the 2019 Ford Flex remains around. This large wagon is undeniably aging, previously being carrying on and not using a full redesign since its debut for that 2009 model year. Yet, we're alright with that. We like the distinctive exterior styling as well as its interior, which is spacious, flexible, and to configure for passengers and cargo. Power is constantly on the come from one of two engines. The standard 3.5-litre V6 produces 287 horsepower and 254 pound-feet of torque and is also competitive from the traditional three-row SUV segment. And if you desire more power, the Flex's optional turbocharged engine makes a stout 365 horsepower and 350 lb-ft of torque. The Flex's interior seats 7, or you can load a lot of cargo by folding down seatbacks because you require them. With its turbocharged engine, the Flex even offers a stout tow of 4,500 pounds. And thanks to its reasonable ride height and enormous windows around, all passengers get great views in the outside. If you need the latest in vehicle design, though, the Flex probably isn't for you personally. Fuel economy is down in comparison to competitors. In other words, its competitors have improved through the years. The latest in advanced driver safety aids can be obtained, but only within the most expensive trim level. And the Flex decor, while functional, lacks the cutting-edge styling and materials that modern cars have. Still, for most buyers, namely those that prioritize function over form, the Flex still presents a worthy investment. What's new? The 2019 Ford Flex is unchanged. There are some ways to build out of the Flex, but we feel this offers the ideal balance with regard to included equipment and value. Add option group 202A for additional safety, convenience and luxury features. Trim levels and features. The 2019 Ford Flex is often a large SUV-like wagon that could seat either 6 or 7 passengers, which is available in, say, SL and limited trim levels. The standard engine is usually a 3.5-litre V6 287 horsepower, 254 pound-feet of torque that may be paired using a 6-speed automatic transmission that sends capability to the front wheels. All-wheel drive is available with diesel and limited trims. The limited trim can also be eligible for a turbocharged 3.5-litre V6 365 horsepower and 350 lb-ft with standard all-wheel drive. Standard feature highlights for that say trim include 17-inch wheels, rear parking sensors, heated side mirrors, rear privacy glass, a keyless entry keypad, an auto-dimming rear view mirror, a leather-wrapped tyre, a 6-way power driver's seat with manual recline, 6,040 split folding second row seats through an auto-folding passenger side, 5,050 split folding third row seats, a rear view camera, Bluetooth, a 4.2-inch central screen, voice controls, as well as a 6-speaker stereo audio with a CD player as well as a USB port. The SL adds 18-inch wheels, upgraded brakes, fog lights, keyless entry and ignition, remote start, dual-zone automatic climate control with manual rear controls, wood appearance interior trim, heated front seats, power adjustable front seats, plus the Sync 3 infotainment system by having an 8-inch touch screen, satellite radio, a USB port and smartphone integration via Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The SL trim is eligible for your 202A option package, which adds an energy liftgate, blind spot monitoring with rear cross-traffic alert, power adjustable pedals, driver seat memory settings, leather upholstery vinyl for the third row, a 110-volt household power outlet as well as an upgraded 7-speaker head unit, The range-topping limited trim includes all with the above plus 19-inch wheels, xenon headlights, LED taillights, power folding mirrors, automatic wipers, additional metallic exterior trim, upgraded wood interior trim, ambient interior lighting, a navigation system optional within the SL, plus a 12-speaker Sony premium sound system with HD radio. The limited trim is eligible to the 301A package that includes an automatic parallel parking system, adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, a heated and power adjustable controls, ventilated front seats and power folding third-row seats. Additional choices dependent on trim you need to include 20-inch wheels, roof rails, a tow package, a panoramic sunroof, black exterior and interior trim, upgraded leather upholstery and inflatable second-row outboard seat belts. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically can be purchased in multiple versions which are fundamentally similar. The S with this review provide our full test on the Ford Flex Limited Wagon Turbo 3.5 litres V6, 6-speed automatic, AWD. Note, since this test was conducted, the actual Ford Flex has gotten some minor revisions, such as addition on the latest Sync 3 infotainment interface. Our findings remain broadly applicable for this year's Flex, however. Driving. Thanks to its optional 365 horsepower turbocharged V6 and all-wheel drive, the Flex has an abundance of power and traction. We're less fond from the steering and braking, however. In general, the Flex just isn't as enjoyable or very easy to drive as some new arrivals. Acceleration. When you are looking for acceleration, the Flex is often a solid performer, especially with possible EcoBoost V6. With that engine, the Flex hits 60 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds, that is quicker than about every other crossover or minivan. Braking. The brake pedal features a long travel and virtually no feel. The brakes, however, work well. In our emergency braking test, the Flex stopped from 60 miles per hour in a very respectable 120 feet. Steering. Like the brakes, the steering imparts little feel and feedback towards the driver. This insufficient feedback doesn't impact most routine driving situations, but once the Flex is driven on unfamiliar winding roads it is usually disconcerting. Handling. The Flex drives less space-consuming than it looks because doing so doesn't lean approximately taller SUVs when you are going around turns. But it never feels nimble because long length, high weight, low grip tires and occasional intrusive stability control system. Drivability. The 6-speed automatic is slow to shift up or down, plus the V6 engine isn't particularly quick to rev. This powertrain is strong at full throttle but is less impressive in most routine driving situations. Comfort. It's not uncomfortable by any means, even so the Flex is dated in comparison with more sophisticated rivals. Not only could be the ride louder and busier than we expect, but seat comfort and quietness also aren't right in the class. Seat comfort. The Flex front seat cushions are flat and featureless. Support for long-distance driving is lacking, along with the short seat bottoms will not be comfortable for taller drivers. The second row has a good amount of room for passengers to stretch, as well as the third row is tolerable for average 8 adults. Ride comfort. Disappointingly, the Flex rides stiffly over small cracks, especially when fitted together with the optional 20-inch wheels. Fears more jostling of passengers when you are driving on uneven pavement as compared to other crossovers. Noise and vibration. Fears some wind noise from your upright windshield plus the mirrors, even so the bigger culprits include the tires along with the EcoBoost V6 engine's gravelly, gasping tone. Interior. If space for stuff and simple access will be the primary requirements, the Flex remains a fantastic choice. There's lots of room for rear passengers, too. But the usability from the interior is marred by aggravating touch panel controls. Is beneficial. While other Fords now employ physical buttons, the older Flex retains the infuriating and oft accidentally hit touch-sensitive controls for climate and audio functions. The leader buttons are hard to use and poorly labeled. Getting in, jetting out. The doors open wide, then there is no sill to step over, but high curbs will impede door opening. The seats are neither too big nor too low. Second row access is every bit easy, and getting to your third row isn't bad. Roominess. There is a lot of head and legroom, though the area with the idea to side with the driver feels tight because in the wide center console and bulky door panels. Farther back, the next row feels positively expansive, and third row passengers will probably be fine for somewhat. Visibility. Forward visibility is fantastic, which is a good feeling of where the long hood ends. Rear visibility is enhanced having a camera, but even without them, we'd feel relaxed backing that one up. The large side mirrors provide good coverage. Quality. Our test car exhibited more squeaks, rattles and misaligned panels than we're employed to seeing. The materials quality is only okay and is particularly easily trumped by newer products, including some within Ford's own fleet. Utility. If you cannot fit all your stuff into a Ford Flex, there is a good chance you might have too much stuff. Based on their spec sheets, some SUVs can transport more. Even so, the Flex's boxy shape and flat load floor are perfect in real-world use. Technology. If there's an area in which the aging Ford Flex has stayed up to date, who is the infotainment system. The Sync 3 technique is significantly a lot better than previous versions.